So, something I really did not like happened yesterday. I was visiting my friend Rosemary in New Jersey, and I was staying in her guest room, which is up in the attic. So there's these real steep stairs that go up to her attic, and it's the kind of attic that when we were kids, there was we had one. There was like a hatch, and you pull it down and there's stairs and then you pull it back up. This wasn't like that. There was no hatch at the top. There was no, and it was just an empty hole, right, with the stairs just really super steep. So I got up there fine, and then I turned around to go pick up, I think I was trying to get my phone or something, and kaboom, I went right through the hole. And went really, oh man, oh God. And luckily I fell down the stairs on my big fat ass, so it didn't hurt that much. But it hurt this side. I smashed into the wall over here, and somehow I twisted my ankle. So when you see me being really slow and everything today, that's why. But it brought me into what I wanted to share with you today, because I was like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity to practice. So what I was going to share with you today is I've been inspired by a teacher by the name of Sunny Sharma. Well, actually, it's Sharma. Sunny Sharma on YouTube in his meditations. And of course, I always, am really involved with the Course in Miracles. So I put this together using both of those sources. And I was thinking, so Sunny's thing is, you don't have to look for awareness. You don't have to seek awareness, because that's what you are. You are awareness. Love that created me is what I am. And that love is your awareness, right? So as I'm sliding down the stairs, I'm aware. I'm not going, oh shit. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't going, oh my God. I was going, look at me sliding down these stairs, which was really interesting. Now, I'm not happy about it, but just that very thing, that instead of spinning into a tailspin about, oh my God, this is going to be so horrible, and so why did I do this, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I'm sliding down the stairs. And that was very interesting. Rosemary come up, she's in a panic. No, don't worry. Yeah, I'm hurt, this hurts, that hurts, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't have to go to the hospital. I could tell I wasn't bruised, my rib wasn't hurt, my ankle isn't swollen. It's just whatever it is, it's just a thing. And I'm aware that I'm experiencing this. So, but what did happen was, I got down to the bottom of the stairs and I was like, what I did do was start fretting about how I'm going to be here today with you, in Norwalk. Because it was a lot of pain. I was in a lot of pain. So I wasn't even sure I could sing, so I didn't even pick up the guitar until right now to try to sing. So that's why I'm kind of shaky and things like that. And by the way, I had a beautiful outfit all prepared for you this morning. I was going to wear this beautiful green striped dress, and I had these red shoes that went with it. I had a lovely wig I was going to wear. I couldn't even do my makeup. So here we are, raw and unfiltered. But if you'd like to experience a red shoe moment, Lisa Jimmy happens to have red shoes on today. So all of this to say, my topic is, don't try to figure things out. Interesting. Don't try to figure things out. Well, I got down to the bottom of the stairs. Oh, wow, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then I actually stopped. And I said, God is the strength in which I trust. God is the strength in which I trust. That's Course in Miracles lesson number 47. And then a realization came over me that when I started to stand up, that God is the actual strength in which I trust. Because I wasn't quite sure if I was going to be able to stand up too easily, and you can see I'm limping. But that took me out of trying to figure out anything and just put me in this place of, I have all the strength I need to do everything that I need to do. And so here I am. How about that? I mean, I literally thought I was going to have to call and say, I can't come. But then, no. God is the strength in which I trust. I'm not in any harm. It's so funny. This is the reason I'm making such a point of this, because it's so funny, because formerly I would be thinking, oh, this is going wrong in my body, and that's bad, and this is awful, and all of that. And there's been some kind of shift without me even trying to do it. It's just been so interesting over this summer, especially when I've really been meditating a lot, and this shift somehow has occurred. And so what I discovered was figuring it out is the exact opposite of living from emptiness. And what I mean by that is when I'm trying to figure it out, I'm relying on my mind. And the more I try to figure it out, the more tangled up I get in my mind. So, peace doesn't come from problem solving, from thinking about it, It comes from letting the Holy Spirit replace our fearful thoughts with the truth. God is the strength in which I trust. That's the truth. And I love it. I'm going to say it one more time because this was something that was really profound to me, and I think part of my shift is that I don't have to try to be holy. I don't have to try to be spiritual. I don't have to try to be any of these preconceived notions about what a spiritual person is. It's already there. The experiences I have can lead me back to that if I let them. So, living from the emptiness is, living from that space that is beyond your control, and just like, well, we don't have control anyway. We think we do, but things happen, life happens, blah, blah, blah. I've been talking to some of you this morning. We really don't have control over everything. So to bring that to your awareness too, it's not, and that's not about passivity. That's, the Course says, I need do nothing. But that's not passive. It's about trust. It's about deep trust. And this is one thing that really was great for me. So I wrote this down. It was like, stop demanding answers from my mind. If I can stop like I'm really like one of those people that, I don't know if you've heard my song Control Queen, I almost sang it, but I was like, I'm one of those people that are like, everything has got to go my way. If it doesn't, I mean, even if it's just like a little slip up in the kitchen or something, just I'm like, oh God, yeah, you know. But no, that has shifted too. Like, I don't call myself names when I do something wrong, you know. Oh, you're, you know, stupid, or whatever you call your, you know, when you make a mistake. No, that's not the truth of my being. So, and I can't figure it out. I can't demand answers from my mind. I have to step back and let God lead the way. So I came up with this practice. Well, I was putting it into practice yesterday. I came up with this practice over the summer where, and then I put it into practice yesterday, where I catch myself spinning around in my thoughts, right? And then I'm able now to notice it and bring it to my awareness. And then lately I've been saying, I'm safe no matter what happens in the physical plane. And so this happened to me in the physical plane yesterday, and I'm like, I'm safe no matter what happens in the physical plane. And then I affirm something that I know is true. So the steps that I have been practicing is notice the mind trying to fix or control. Anybody have that? Yeah, right? So just notice it. So much of it goes unnoticed, and that's when we can start spinning out. So notice the mind trying to fix and control. Pause when you notice it and say, these thoughts are not the truth. And then surrender the situation, you know, to God, and pick a truth that, you know, whatever's in your repertoire. Mine lately has been, God is the strength in which I trust. And then just rest. Just rest in that. And like I said, I don't mean that as a passive thing. Do what is yours to do, because you'll know what the next right step is. But the resting part I find is so important for me. Because I can't demand answers from my mind. You know, one thing I've noticed is whatever it is that happens is going to happen, you know, and my worrying about it doesn't make it not happen. So why do I keep continuing to think that worrying about it and trying to fix and trying to, you know, do all of that is going to really do me any good? It's not. So I thought we might do these steps together, if you don't mind. We'll do kind of like a little meditation moment here. So let's just close our eyes and take a deep breath. I think we're pretty relaxed, but if you're tight anywhere, just sort of let that drop. Now, notice what's going on in your mind right now. Just notice what thoughts are moving through. It can be about anything. What you're going to do after church, what's, you know, the week ahead, yesterday, this morning's activities, whatever thoughts. And see if there's a problem that you need to solve. And as this is occurring, let's just affirm together, my thoughts are not the truth. My thoughts are not the truth. And now shift to an affirmative statement that is the truth. And just do that in the silence here. And of course, my statement is, God is the strength in which I trust. And if you can just feel that, God is the strength in which I trust. There's no separate person, you or me, only God, expressed through these divine learning devices. And we can trust that. And as we sit in this space, in this emptiness, in the unknown, we know that we are whole and complete, and there's no need for us to problem solve, to make our minds make us crazy. It's a choice. We can do it, but we don't have to. Because God is the strength in which I trust, and everything is working for our good. Everything. So, let's try it this week. When things rush in, when we're busy, when our busy lives take over, let's find a place to catch ourselves in these thoughts and return our mind to the truth. God is the strength in which I trust. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, God. Blessed be. So it is.